So for today's video, I'm driving to my mailbox. And the reason I'm driving to my mailbox is because I'm expecting a very important check in that box. And if that check is in that box, then that build is what we are building today on the channel. So with that, let's get to this mailbox right after the intro. So welcome to Bricks and Toys. My name is Brandon, and I'm currently checking a mailbox. Today could be a very special day for the channel. So let's see what we have in this box. Got a package for my wife. Sounds like more Legos. And those are for my mother. Package for me. And then the letters. Let's put these into the car and get to those letters. Now there is one letter that I'm looking for. And it's this one right here. It's from the Department of Treasury. And if this is what I think it is, then you already know, because the title of this build is the build today. Yep, that's it. Now, for security purposes, that's a check for $900. And it's already spent, because this is going to be a trophy build. So now, let's get over to my laptop back at the house, and let's order what we're going to be buying with this. And here it is. As you already know, inside of this box is the mother frickin' Millennium Falcon. And I don't know why I'm slapping the box, because it is, I guess it feels so good. As you guys know, that this is a trophy build. And in case you don't really know the story is simple like this. I went to a vocational college when I was in love with a girl, and they told me all of the things that made me believe that I was going to graduate, get a good paying job in networking, be able to have kids and marry this woman that I was in love with. And I took out the student loans. I took out some private loans with the school, and I paid the $20,000 or whatever it was for the program. It was about 8 months, and I did it. Well, as soon as it came time to get the diploma, they told me I had to go get an externship. And I said, hold up, you're supposed to get me the externship. They're like, no, we don't have anybody. So I had to call all around the San Fernando Valley, because I lived in California at that time, to which they all said, we don't want the risk. So when I did get an externship by calling around, I landed the craziest mofo on the planet. This guy was so crazy, he had downer pills in his desk drawer at the repair shop that I externed at, because he was that high wire and anxious. And it never got better from there. Because once I worked with him, he offered me a job at the end of my externship. And yes, I am saying externship, not internship. That's what the school called it. Maybe that's a sign of the fraud as well. And at the end of it all, he offered me a job at under the table at $5.50 an hour. And at that time, an entry-level computer repair job in the San Fernando Valley was 10 to 12. I got the hell out of there, bro. But it didn't get better. It got worse, because when I went back to the school and I said, where's my certifications and where's my job? They said, well, you still got to go out and get your A+ and your Network Plus. And I was like, wait, I have to pay for that after you trained me and I paid you 20 grand? They're like, yes. Okay, now what about a job? Because I'm gonna need a job to pay. At that time it was like $600 to get those 2 programs done, and I think it still is. Anyway, they're like, we got a job right here, bro. Go for it. So I went down, I took the job. It was an independent contractor position, breaking down computers. Independent contractor to break computers. I went to school to be a computer repair technician and to be a network technician more. And life just kept getting worse and worse and worse with that career. That career, because of how bad it was, is what led me to be in front of this camera with you all today. But just because you cannot make enough money to pay for your family because you got lied to at a college does not mean that the federal loan department says, you don't have to pay us because we know you didn't get what you wanted. No, they want their money. And I paid almost $1,000 in loans after taking multiple forbearances and breaks. Overall, between 2014 and 2019, I paid almost $1,000 in on that loan. And totally, it was about $8,000 that I owed on that portion of the loan. The other bit of it went into collections. It's been over 7 years. It's off my credit. It's gone. So I don't have to worry about it no more. But government loans stay with you. And that's what we won, was the class action settlement that I entered in 2019, saying I'm not paying these loans no more because I was defrauded by my college. And thankfully, guys, several thousand other people did the same thing as me. And after 4 years of fighting, they reached a settlement, they settled the case, and here we are today. I am now down to $3,000 in student loan debt to pay. Everything else has been wiped clear off of my credit and everything. And I got a settlement check for this build. And now, let's open this box and see what this build is. I know I keep talking about the story on this, guys, and it's taking up like 5 minutes or more of the video, but it's important for you guys to understand that the whole meaning of this build is to have a trophy, and a trophy that says, I knew I was wronged, I fought, and I won. In life, it's important to, when you win battles, to find a way to remember how and what you went through so you can stay strong, because life's going to keep giving you these battles in life. And it's important that we keep doing things to reward ourselves and remind ourselves to keep fighting. And there it is. Holy cow, everybody. Ultimate Collection Series, UCS, Millennium Falcon. Oh, buddy. Now this is the 2019 2017 Millennium Falcon. Retails for about $850. We got it on Amazon for $750. And it's set number 75192, coming in at 7,541 pieces. This is number 1 out of the top 10 most expensive Star Wars builds. And you know the best thing about it? I paid for it, and it's for this channel. And I don't get any more prouder than that, because I take a lot of support to get all the things that I do in this channel done. And to have the opportunity to have the number 1 most expensive Lego set paid for by me because I fought a case and I won is a super big pat on the back. Now I need to figure out which way this box opens, because I think it has a special opening way. Both sides do have a flap, but this one says no cut. So this one has a flap and a yes, do cut. So let's do cut it there. And yes, I said that funny on purpose. Oh, whoa, whoa, shit. Holy shit. Will you look at that? That's a metal ringed frickin' binder, yo. Look at that. The fact that I paid for this is making me very proud of myself right now, everybody. And the way that I paid for it, on top of that. These instructions are incredible. I will not be using a tablet on these instructions. So because of the length of the video, I'm not going to go through and start tearing into the box. I mean, we'll take a look at what we have. So it is divided up into 4 boxes, and the print on the box, turn you guys down here a little bit, and the print on the box is of the Millennium Falcon. So that is really cool. So I went ahead and I just put that back because I want to keep it intact. So let's see. We do have the sticker sheet, which is pretty mild. It's only, it looks like 12 stickers total. I was really hoping that it would say something like it made the Kessel run in 12 parsecs. At least I think that's correct. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Wow, this build book is incredible. So much information about the build before you even get started. So I don't know how this build comes down to be, because it says 17 bags make the whole ship, and this is a 7,500 piece set, so I'm not quite sure on how the math works out with that. But that's what it's telling me here in the book. And it also doesn't really say where you get started with the boxes. But when it comes to the build steps, we are looking at 1,379 and 488 pages. This is by far the most sophisticated build book or anything I have ever done in my entire Lego life. And this is going above the Titanic and everything. Now I know the Titanic is still 9,090 pieces, so this is a little bit smaller, but this one, it costs more, the book's more sophisticated, and the build is legendary. I mean, if you do Star Wars Lego and you are a big time collector, this is one that people always ask you, do you have it? And now we can. So that's incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to have some big cojones on this one, and I am going to try to time lapse this build. All of you guys, put on your seat belts, get a nice pop or soda, and enjoy the time lapse. And then we'll be back for the review. Okie dokie, everybody. Or how does it go? Okie dokie, artichoke. Anyway, enough with the dokies and the chokies and the okies. We are taking a break. We now have accomplished not 2 or 4, but 6 bags of this build. Here we have the book, and I do have a page marker signifying where we left off. We're just about halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Anybody like some Bon Jovi in their late night delusional YouTube filming? I kind of don't. Maybe drunk. As you can see, bag 7 is coming up real soon. But I just wanted to take a quick break, let you guys just, I don't want you guys watching, 8 minutes or whatever this is going to be of time lapse. I want you guys to kind of have a break. We already have some greebling on the front there. Inner and outer in a way. Really cool. The majority of the structure is Technic, which is really awesome. We do have some inner areas. We will talk more about these areas as we do the review. Just right now, it's just to kind of give you an idea of what this build looks 6 bags deep. We do have the back built a little bit, which is really cool. And we do have some lower area built on that. So yeah, this has been a 2-minute intermission of what it looks like after 6 out of 17 bags. It's already been about 6 building days for me. So I'll see you back in another 6 building days, or for you, a few minutes, to see what it looks like after bag 12. So this is our bag or step 12 look over. This is what the ship looks like after 12 bags. Last time you visited was at 6. And after this, it'll be the full review of the set. And if you can't tell by the echoing and all the sounds, it's in the house. I will not carry this out to the studio until it's done, and then I'll try to carry it out for the review. I am really scared to move it. I moved it yesterday, and things are flying off left and right. And then, not to mention, I dropped it and it broke really bad. If you look at the bottom, a lot of detail is now at the bottom. You can see those center guns down there. They're now there. I don't remember what all was there before on step 6. This build is blending all into one big blur. And the cool thing is we now have a door. Ta-da! Pretty sick. But it's coming together, guys. It's definitely coming together. So this has been your step number 12 break. So far you've watched 6 bags of time lapse, then another 6 bags of time lapse. Now you guys got another 6 bags of time lapse, and that's it. Actually, I think it's 4 bags. Okay, back to the time lapse, everybody. We're almost there. So I am starting this review after I finished filming my final thoughts. And we're starting on top of the cabinet so you guys can see all of the wonderful greebling and details of the bottom of this ship. This is an incredible piece of work. The bottom does not have a lot going on, but still there's a lot of detail and a lot of hours into the bottom of this alone. Now, let's go move topside. Now here is the finished product of the Millennium Falcon. This had to be between 20 to 36 hours of build time done over the period of 2.5 weeks. There is so much greebling on this vessel. I'm not going to move the vessel for the camera. I'm just going to do the best that I can to show you guys all of the detail without moving it too much. It's just flat out incredible. Now, starting off, we can lift this cover, and that reveals a little gunner that you can slide a door out from here on the bottom. That allows a gun to drop out. As you can see, down there. Coming up, the only thing I really have a complaint with is this hole. That's kind of weird. Coming over here, you can lift plates out of the way to see that iconic scene of the movie. You do get two different dishes. I did go with the original. Another access place is right here. You can see more of that. Now it does have false tunnels, and that does lift up so you can put somebody down in there. So that's how those panels come out, so you can interact with them. Now I did want to show, that is the sequel trilogy antenna. Here is the plaque you get with it. And the coolest part is the minifigs, which there's this weird bat thing, and the several minifigs you get. You get 2 Porgs, BB-8, Old Han, Young Han, Leia, Rey, Chewie, and Finn. Really cool, guys. Now, let's go ahead and let's give it over to my final thoughts, everybody. So now it's my time to give the final thoughts on one of the most incredible Lego sets I have ever built in my entire life. And let's just start off from the top. If you have disposable income, just buy it and do it. This is one of the best decisions I have ever made of how to poorly spend money. And it's been an incredible ride. It's been insane. This is one of the first builds that I truly took over 2 weeks to build. I took 16 days to build this set. And I'm super happy of myself that I did that. This set does come with some minifigs from the sequel trilogy as well as the original trilogy. You can also change the antennas back and forth from the sequels to the originals, which I obviously ran the original that was knocked off in the Empire or the Return of the Jedi. Because as you know, I'm not a big fan of the new movies. So the fact that we get minifigs with this set and the choice of antenna is incredible. The only gripes that I have with this set is it is extremely fragile. While I was out stand shopping, I did see a lot of wall mounts for this, to which the comments read as I'm about to say. I am sketched out with that photo, or I am scared for that Millennium Falcon. And I could never figure out why until today when I put the final bits of plating onto this set. That's when I realized that this set is extremely fragile and it can fall apart super easy. Somewhere between bag 9 and 12, I did try to move the set around my house. And this is the point of the video time lapses, that you can see me now moving the camera to the Millennium Falcon to add pieces to it instead of me moving the Falcon to the camera, is because when I set it down on the counter, it literally just fell apart. Like, it broke. I don't know if something slipped in my hand or what, but it broke. So it is extremely fragile. The other thing is I get that you have to do what you have to do to make this a set, but to me, it is just a Technic frame with a ton of plating that sandwiches together. And I find that kind of funny because George Lucas always did call it something of the nature of like a flying hamburger. Well, it literally is a flying sandwich of some sort with the way that the Technic plating works on this set. But overall, besides a little bit of negative critique, I love this set. I think it's incredible. And now I got to find a place to put it. And I only have one idea of a place where I'm going to put it, and that's right up here on top of this shelf. And looking at it back and forth, I don't know if it's going to work. So what I'm going to do actually is, while I have you guys on camera, I'm going to try to make it work. Now here comes the scary part. I have learned that if you kind of pick it up from where the front legs are and in the middle of the back legs, you can really get it lifted. So that does fit, with the exception of one leg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this cabinet out to accommodate it. And that is how we're going to display the Falcon. So guys, if you guys like videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate everything you guys do for the channel. Once again, I'm going to remind you guys that if we get to 200 subscribers, we will buy a used Lego brick bank. That's a $500 set. So if we get over 200 subscribers, my investor, she will throw in the 2012 Firehouse modular building as well. That's about $1,000 worth of Lego masochism right there alone. So with that being said, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all, and you all have a good one.